In the Pro Speed hitting system and with my online students, there is one major checkpoint that we need to have while making sure we're shifting our weight properly. This is a surefire way to make sure that your lower half and especially your back foot mechanics are working in such a way that are going to allow you to shift your weight into the hit of the ball. So we know from the weight shift section in the technique portion of the Pro Speed hitting system that we want to make sure that the force of our body is hitting the ball with the speed of the bat. This back foot drill we're going to do is going to make sure that our back foot is working correctly to allow this weight shift to happen. So this is called the Plyo box weight transfer drill. And what this simply entails is we can use like a Plyo box, we can use a bucket, we can use a shoe box, we can use a water bottle. It doesn't really matter. As long as we set this up properly, we know what that back foot is supposed to do. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to use a ball bucket here today. This is pretty available most of the time when you're hitting. And we're going to set this up to where we get into a down the middle pitch. So we're going to get into a perfect tee setup position. So I need this tee just a little bit further out. So making sure I'm getting into the perfect tee position like we do in the perfect tee setup. So making sure we're getting that correctly. And we're going to put our back foot almost up against this box. I might be able to slip a credit card in between my foot and this box. So we're going to have this right up against the box. Now, what this is going to show us is if we sit and spin into our backside, this would be incorrect. We do not want to spin our ankle into this box. If we're hitting properly and we're making a proper weight shift and our back foot is working correctly, we should be able to hit in a game with this box behind our back foot. This should never come into play at any point in time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some swings where we miss this box. And we're going to do so by understanding exactly how this back foot works. And it's pretty darn simple. There's two very small moves that happen during the swing. So when we're in our load stride position, when we start our swing, the weight is going to shift on to the entire inside of the back foot here. So it would just be the entire back part of our shoe is going to roll up off the ground. So you should be able to see a little bit of my shoe here. The second piece is we're just going to roll up onto our toe. So I'm shifting all of my weight. So the entire inside of my shoe is touching the ground. And then from there, I'm rolling up on the back toe. So if we look at that from the face-on view, let me go ahead and just move my bat here. We don't even need a bat at first to work on this. We're going to make sure that we get the inside part of our foot on the ground. We're going to roll in, then roll up. It's just a very simple two-step move. We're going to roll in, then roll up. So we can work on this in progressions where we can start making some swings where we load stride. We can roll in, and then when we swing, roll up. Now, one thing we don't want to do is lean far forward with our upper body. We want to make sure we keep a good spine angle while doing this. That spine angle should be slightly tilted straight up and down or slightly tilted away from the pitcher. So once we have a good feel for rolling in then rolling up, then we're just going to throw it all into one very simple motion where the foot rolls in and rolls up. Now, one other big thing we don't want to do is we don't want to slide the foot forward to cheat to not hit the box, because I can still slide forward and twist my back foot and have my ankle. Essentially, we want to make sure that the ankle is always going to be in front of the toe as we make our swing. So if you have a problem with the foot sliding forward, go ahead and throw another bat or a broomstick down right in front of your back foot, make your swing, and make sure that your foot misses the bucket but doesn't pass the bat. So now we've got a perfect feedback, instant feedback for our backside rotation and making sure that our weight shift works. So as long as we're missing the bucket, our foot's not sliding forward, and our spine angle stays good, then we're going to have a very, very good weight shift, and we're going to be able to supply a lot of power. We're going to be able to support a lot of speed with our weight shift as we release the bat into the ball. So if I'm executing this all correctly, again, it should not matter if I'm in the game or I'm in the cage practicing or I'm at home hitting into my net. I am just literally going to have perfect backside mechanics with tons of feedback, and I can make sure that I can execute that every single time. Now, this is a huge piece of making sure we're getting our weight into the ball. The next huge piece, the most important piece, is making sure we're releasing the bat properly. So we want to make sure that we're maxing out the speed. We're getting the speed of the bat to hit the ball at the same time our force of our body's hitting it, our weight shift is hitting it. So in order to do that, we need to make sure we're releasing the bat properly. Well, I've got a great bonus video. I'm going to play you one of our all-access lessons that's going to show you how to immediately, without fail, release the bat every single time. This drill is going to show you how to automatically make sure you get the feel of the release so that you can start getting all of your speed into the ball. I'm going to play a preview of that lesson at the end of this video. that you can see by clicking on the iCard that pops in that video. If you don't see that iCard, that's fine. You can click on the link that's in the description below. You can see that entire lesson absolutely free. I highly recommend checking it out so you can get the speed and the force all into the ball at the same time. All right, we'll see you in the release lesson. The number one commonality among elite level hitters, the top of the top hitters, is they're getting maximum speed in the ball. They're getting that vicious release, and the bat is staying in the zone for the longest period of time. So not only are they getting that vicious speed the release gives you, they're also maximizing their room for air. So they become an absolute elite level hitter because there's so much room for air and the bat's moving at a high velocity. I'm going to show you a drill that's going to have you release the bat immediately. This cuts to the chase. This is my number one drill for learning the release because it's going to give you immediate feedback as to whether or not the bat is being released. If you can hit both T's and do those three things, you will have an elite level release, or at least